Hello YouTube, it's a Tempest CFE. I got back from my spring break today, and I had found that this package had arrived. I think it's my Kaiser deck boxes. Yeah, it is. I'm gonna do, I guess, a late opening video for those of you who haven't already bought the trial deck and want to know like what's in it or whatever. Um, so I'll just open one of these. I ordered four because I want the four die Kaisers for my deck. Yeah. So I got four of these, and I'm gonna open them all, and I'll have a some sort of deck profile up for that for this deck later. I don't know when yet. Probably today or tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, let's go ahead and open one of these. I actually learned this the other day that the card list is actually on the very bottom of the box. If you wanted to see that, actually, let me just see if I can focus it. Actually, I don't know if it'll focus or not, but my camera's kind of bad. It's just a laptop camera, so I can't really do much with it. But there's that. So if you can see it, great. Pause it, look at the list, and then stop watching if you want. And if not, then I guess I'll just go through this, because why not? Alright, so there's your deck. You got 50 cards, you got a mat, you got a rule book, and you got a some kind of advertisement thingy, I think. Let me see here. I think it's just the playbook and the rule book. Yeah, so it's got like a beginner's guide that gives you basic rules, and then the more advanced rules are here. So yeah, like I said, I haven't opened a trial deck in a little while, so I'm just kidding. I have actually. All right, so looks like the playmat you guys is the same as it normally is, so it's no big deal there. All right, so I'll take this off here, and I kind of wanted you guys to see the foil on this guy. I don't know if it's like super good lighting, but it's a really nice foil pattern. I really like the foil on this card. So, this is Dimensional Robot Die Kaiser. What he does is he's an 11k grade 3. When he's boosted by Dimension Police, I don't know if you can read the effect here or not. But when he's boosted by Dimension Police, he gains 2,000 power, and he's a break ride unit. So when you break ride him, if you have 4 more damage and you ride a grade 3 on top of him, you can counterblast 1, choose your Vanguard against 10k power and a critical, and the ability to retire one of your opponent's Guardians if you draft check a grade 3, and you can negate the effects of that Guardian that that have do not hit in the name. So like if you have if your opponent has perfect guard on their field and you draft check a grade 3 after you break ride Die Kaiser, you can go ahead and retire it, which is kind of nice. Especially considering their Vanguards are going to be at 2 crit, so yeah. Basically, when you play this card, your opponent either has to double nullify you, or they'll have to drop like as many cards from their hand as possible. So yeah, it's pretty cool. This set comes with 2 Super Dimensional Robo Dayushas. This guy's your standard Dimension Police card. Let me see here. Yeah, you can see him pretty good. All right. So if he has 4,000 or more power, when he attacks, he gains an extra critical, so that's kind of nice. There's a lot of ways of pumping him up in this deck, as you'll see. You got 4 Electro-Star Combination Cosmo Great. He's a grade 3 with 10k power, and when he's called to rearguard, you can counterblast 2, choose your Vanguard, or rearguard Dimension Police, and it gains 4,000 power. So you can actually combo this card with Dayusha to give him his effects. Personally, I don't like the cards that much. I think they're really low on power, especially for the meta right now. But if you want to just pull the trial deck out and play, that's your main strategy. Is you want to ride Dayusha as your Vanguard and then have Cosmo Great pump him up every turn. For grade 2s, you have 4-dimensional Robo Die Fighter. He's your 10k vanilla. The new 10k vanilla anyway. I really like this card just because it's 10k dimensional Robo. And I've been playing the Dimensional Robo deck for so long that I've had to stick with like the 4 Die Ladies or whatever, which is kind of annoying because they're only 9k. So having 4 of this guy is a lot better to have instead of the Die Ladies. So the trial deck comes with 1 Die Dragon. It's your 12k attacker for Dimensional Robos if you have a Dimensional Robo Vanguard. So In this deck, if you have Kaiser or Yusha on your Vanguard circle, or like any other grade 2 dimensional robo, this will be a 12k attacker, which is always nice. And then 1 dimensional robo Kaiser. What he does is when you ride a grade 3 dimension police on top of him, the card that you play on top of him gains 5,000 power. So it's just a generic kind of it's a 9k base, which is kind of nice, but it gives the next grade 3 you play 5,000 power, which is great for applying pressure mid game. Especially good if it's Dayusha, because then Dayusha goes up to like 15,000 and gets his ability, so it's kind of nice. You get 4 Dialytes. Like I said, I don't like this card that much, but you know, if you're pulling out of the trial deck and just playing it for fun, it's not that bad. And then the last card is 2 Die Driller. This is a grade 2 version of Cosmogreat, basically, but he's only 8k, and the difference between him and Cosmogreat is he counterblasts 1, but he can only get 4,000 power to a Dimensional Robo rear guard. So more than half this deck is Dimensional Robo cards, but like not everything is. So he can't give stuff to like Cosmogreat since he's not technically Dimensional Robo, but he can power up Dayusha. So this card's pretty good. I think there's better options to play when it comes down to it, but this card is by no means bad. I don't think it's terrible anyway. So yeah. Yeah, 4 Dilates, 3 AK Vanilla. Not Dilate, Karen Ward Daisy. This is not a Dimensional Robo card. But it's an AK Vanilla, so it's actually pretty good in this deck. You know, it's very good with all 10k grade 3s you have. You kind of need to have the AK Vanillas up there. 4 Die Tiger. This is my favorite card in the whole deck. Actually, second favorite card. I forgot there's another card in here. What he does is he's a 10k attacker if you have a Dimensional Robo's Vanguard. It's really good. It's a grade 1 that either boosts for 7 or swings for 10. I really like it because up until this deck came out, the amount of grade 1 boosters you had for a Dimension Police deck were very few. You had to play 4 perfect cards. You had to play 4 of each Dimensional Robo, so you had to play 4 for 6k and 4 for 7k, and then that left like, what, 2 slots open, so you could either play a 10k Vanguard booster, which is a 6k base, but boost for 10, one that's on the Vanguard, or you can play like an 8k Vanilla or something, so I like that we have a whole bunch more 7k boosters to use. We got 4 Die Mariners. If this guy is in your soul, you can remove him from soul to give 3k to your Vanguard. So, it's kind of a weird card. Normally you ride him turn 1 and then remove him from soul later to give 3,000 power to a Vanguard. It helps apply pressure. Actually, the starter of this deck helps you because it can actually put a rear guard into your soul to superior ride a grade 3 Dimension Police. And I'll show you him in a second. But yeah, that's basically how you get this guy in the soul besides riding him. And the last card is 4 Die Brave. This guy is really interesting. What he does is, if he's in your soul, you can remove him from soul during your main phase to give your Dimension Police the following skill. When your Vanguard's attack hits an opponent's Vanguard, you can counterblast 1 to draw a card. So, similar to the Die Mariner, normally you ride this guy turn 1 and hope that you get to use his skill, like turn 2 or turn 3 even, with your grade 2 or grade 3 Vanguard, depending on, you know, what happens. Depending on, you know, cards, the amount of cards your opponent plays, the number of cards in their hand, whether they're grade stuck or not, and then since it's your Vanguard and you're gonna the opponent's probably not gonna guard it, you can basically pay 1 to draw a card. So that's really nice. So it gives you a +1 if you end up riding it, because riding is a minus. So it's a 1 for 1 if you have to ride it. If you use it with the starter's ability to put it into your soul, it's still a 1 for 1 since you're minusing it. So it really helps you mitigate your losses. In this deck, it's a very important card. So I would say try and ride this turn 1 in this deck if you can. Yeah, that's basically it. Okay, and then moving on to the grade 0s. Finally, this trial deck comes with 8 criticals. It comes with 4 crits, 4 die battles. This guy has the same skill as the Die Mariner. When he's in your soul, you can drop him from soul to give your Vanguard 3,000 power. 4 draw triggers, 4 dimensional robo stands, and 4 dimensional robo heals. So, and the last card is dimensional robo Goyusha. Now this is an excellent starter for this deck. Every other trial deck so far has basically either given us a 3k Pioneer trigger unit that shuffles itself back to the deck, or it's given us a 6k Vanilla. And this is the first time that they've given us a card like this. And this card is just a really good card. It's a reprint, but it's still really good. So what he does is, when you ride a Dimension Police over top of him, you can pull him to another rearguard circle, and then you can choose 4-dimensional robo rearguards, including himself or excluding himself, your choice. And then you can put them all into your soul. If you have a grade 2 or higher Dimension Police Vanguard, choose a Dimensional Robo grade 3 from your deck and Spirit Ride it. So it's really good. If you use a turn 2 when you go first, it actually ends up only being a -1 or -2 for you, because what happens is you -1 to ride your grade 2, and then you call 3 Dimensional Robos from your hand, use his skill, put 4 into soul. Superior Ride at grade 3. Now normally you would only get a +1 from Twin Drive that turn to mitigate the ride minus, but since you are able to search for your grade 3, you don't have to -1 from your hand, and you also get an extra turn because you Twin Drive that turn. You also get an extra card. So this card normally is a -4 for a Superior Ride grade 3, which is kind of a +1 since you have to, you know, you don't have to ride your grade 3 from hand or whatever. But since you just Superior Ride it from deck, it almost makes it like a -2 only, because you get the extra Twin Drive and you get the Superior Ride from deck. So it's either -3 or a -2 if you don't already have a grade 3 in hand. If you don't already have a grade 3 in hand, this card is really good because it gets you any grade 3 you want from your deck. So I think it's really important. I really like this card a lot. I wouldn't play any other starter with this deck. I think this card is actually really good, especially for this deck. If you only have one die Kaiser, you can use this guy to Superior Ride it. So yeah, so that's the trial deck. If you have any questions, be sure to comment below. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe if you want to see more. Yeah, thanks for watching.